So let's begin. Bring our hands together in prayer pose at the heart center and begin long, deep breathing. And inhale deeply, and then exhale completely, pushing all the air out, using our belly to breathe in and filling the lungs. And then on the exhale, pushing the air out of the lungs, and then using the navel to squeeze all the air out at the end. And then continue, inhale and exhale. And continue long, deep breathing. And we'll be chanting 2 mantras to tune in tonight. And the first mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, 3 times. And then the second mantra, Ad Gade Name, Jugad Gade Name, Sat Gade Name, Siddhi Gurdeve Name, 3 times as a mantra of protection. Okay, so let's inhale and exhale. And then inhale to begin the mantra. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Ad Gade Name, Jugad Gade Name, Sat Gade Name, Siddhi Gurdeve Name. Ad Gade Name, Jugad Gade Name, Sat Gade Name, Siddhi Gurdeve Name. Ad Gade Name, Jugad Gade Name, Sat Gade Name, Siddhi Gurdeve Name. And inhale and hold the breath in and experience that sense of connection and protection that we've created. And then exhale and relax. Very good. And tonight's Kriya is called New Lungs and Circulation. So it's going to focus really on a lot of breathing. And we're going to be doing a lot of breath of fire. So the breath of fire we'll be using tonight is a rapid breath that starts with the belly. So it's going to be using the belly to push all the air out on the exhale, and then an automatic inhale. And so we'll do an equal inhale and exhale in a rapid fashion. So it'll be like okay, so that's breath of fire. And if it's the easy way to learn this is to pant like a dog. We stick out our tongue and kind of, do the dog breath. So it's that same breath pattern, but through the nose. Okay. And most of our breathing tonight will be through the nose. So that's the default. Breathing through the nose. And a lot of our exercises, especially when we're seated, will be with the eyes closed, and we'll focus up here at the brow point, the third eye. Okay, so that's kind of a standard procedure. And So tonight we're going to start standing up. Let me adjust the camera. Okay. So we're going to do arm swings. So we're going to put our fingers in this mudra with the small finger. So the small finger is touching the thumb. No, the small finger. The small one? Yes, that's it. Okay. And then we're going to do circles, large circles backwards, moving the hands over the head. And so we're just breathing normally. Let the breath do what it wants to do. And so we're doing large circles and just really put a lot of energy into it. Put all your energy into doing these circles. We'll do it for 5 minutes. I like to coordinate the breath with the movement. That's really a standard part of Kundalini yoga, is to coordinate breath and movement so they're working together. So moving your arms in as large a circle as possible. This is really opening up the chest, opening up the heart area. Breathe in powerful breaths, very strong breath. And we're halfway through right now. And if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes down and focus at the brow point. And if you need to have your eyes open for balance, that's okay too. By focusing at our brow point, we stimulate the pituitary gland, and then it begins to secrete. And one of the effects of that is that we enhance our intuition. We begin to see what's previously been unseen. So continuing the large circles. Final 90 seconds. See how graceful you can make your circles. Make them nice and smooth. Last minute. Final 30 seconds. Almost there, quasi-la. Last few seconds. And now inhale and reach up, arms over the head. And then exhale and relax down. Very good. And now the second exercise will be making forward circles, but we're going to put the thumb inside the fist. Okay, so we're going to wrap the hands around the thumb. That's right. And then make forward circles for 2 minutes. And then move very powerfully. Use a powerful motion. Again, really opening up the heart area. Opening up the lungs. Bringing lots of prana in with our strong breath. Prana, our life force, energy. 1 more minute. Last 30 seconds. Last few seconds. And then bring the arms forward and inhale. And then exhale and relax. Very nice. Wow. I feel the circulation increasing now. Very strong. Okay. And now, let's see if I can adjust the camera. So we're going to remain standing, and we're going to reach our up overhead, and we're going to be bending forward and touching the ground, if possible, as far down as you can. If you can touch the ground, that's great. And each time we touch the ground, we're gonna bounce with our hands, and we're gonna chant Hara, Hara, Hara. So it's H-A-R, but the tongue hits the top of the mouth with the R sound, so it sounds like Hara, Hara, Hara. Okay, so it's going to look like this. We'll reach up and then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And then on the 8th time, we come up and chant Hari. So it's Hara, 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 Hari. And then we clap overhead and say Hari. Okay, so we're going to do this for 7 minutes. 7 minutes. We can do it. It's possible. You know, if you need to take a rest, I understand. It's a lot of work. Okay, so we'll reach up and inhale up and then come down. Hara, 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 Hari. 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 And we're halfway through. Hara, 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 Hari. 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 2 minutes left. Hara, 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 Hari. 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 Last minute. Hara, 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 Hari. Hara, 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 Hari. hara, 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 hara. Hari, 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 hara, 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 hara. Hari. And now reach up, take a deep breath in, reach up, and then exhale, and relax down. And very good. Wow. Okay. That was that was a lot of energy. Very good. Good work. Now we're going to come back sitting. But we're still going to do some work here. So we're going to sit with our legs stretched out in front. And our legs are going to be together. We're going to put our hands next to our hips here. And for 2 minutes, we're going to raise our legs up and then down. We're going to raise them up to 60-degree angle. So that's, roughly about there. So it's going to be a little challenging, I think. But do the best you can. And we're going to do this to breath of fire. Okay. So we're going to go up and down with breath of fire. So try that for 2 minutes. See if you can get up to 60 degrees and then down, and try and coordinate the breath with the movement. And try and keep the legs straight if you can. And 1 more minute. Last 30 seconds. Last few seconds. And now inhale. Lower your legs down. Exhale. Very good. And now we're still sitting. Wow. This Kriya could be called working up a sweat Kriya. It's just definitely generating some body heat, getting the circulation going, really getting us to breathe, opening up the lungs. It's very good. Okay, for 2 minutes, we're going to sit and we're going to raise the legs, and then we're going to cross the legs like this. Okay, so we're going to do breath of fire. We're going to try and synchronize the breath with the movement. So just crossing the legs, alternating which leg is on top. Opening up the legs to about a 45-degree angle. And last minute, one more minute. Last 30 seconds. Last few seconds now. And now inhale and exhale down. Very good. Whew. Excellent work. Now we're going to come to a seated posture. Easy pose. Things will get a little easier now. Those were the hard exercises. It'll get easier. Okay. So for 1 minute now, we're going to put our arms in front, palms facing down. And then we're just going to crisscross the arms with the breath of fire, just like the legs. But just for 1 minute. Last few seconds. And now inhale and exhale and relax. Very good. And now, let's see. We're going to just come sitting on our knees here and our heels in rock pose. And we're going to put our forehead on the ground, our arms back, and we're just going to be breathing with our head down on the ground in breath of fire. So just for 1 minute. So head down, forehead, and then breath of fire. Focus on the brow point. Focus on that third eye. Put all your attention there. Last few seconds. And inhale. And exhale. Good. And we're going to stay in this position, except we're going to put our hands behind our back. So we'll be interlacing our fingers behind the back. So it'll look like this. And then we're going to do this movement where we're moving the arms up as high as possible and then back down. So like this, up and down, up and down. And we're going to be doing breath of fire for 2 minutes in this position. So it'll be with your head, forehead on the ground, focusing on the brow point, arms coming up and going down. With breath of fire. One more minute. Last few seconds. And now inhale and exhale. Very good. And now come into a easy pose. And I'm just going to meditate now. That Kriya has really prepared our body to meditate. So for the next few minutes, just bring your thoughts to the infinite, to the vastness of the universe, unlimited. Think of yourself as having no limits. You're just vast as the entire universe. So open your heart and give a prayer for your healing and for your increased awareness. Really put your heart into it. Okay? So meditate. And bring your attention to your breath. Inhale, exhale, and come onto your back for a deep relaxation. You did great work in that Kriya, a lot of work. So now just relax, completely relax on your back. Just lay down and let everything just flow out. Let everything just be as it is. attention to your breath. Begin doing long, deep breathing. And slowly begin stretching. Small movements, moving the wrists and the ankles. And larger stretches, stretching the arms overhead. Doing a full body stretch. And then transitioning into a cat stretch. And then gradually work your way up into easy pose, the cross-legged pose. And we'll be doing a meditation, which is really a breathing exercise, but it's a meditation when you focus on the breath. And it's called Meditation for a Calm Heart. So we're going to keep our heart very calm. So this is a calming meditation. So if you're ever stressed out, if you're, worked up, have some emotions, you want to calm down, this is a good one. So easy pose. So your eyes can be either closed or just barely open. You can just look straight ahead, just a small 1/10 open. And so we're going to put the hands, the left hand will be at the heart center, palm facing down, parallel to the ground. And then in the right hand, we'll have Gyan Mudra with the index finger and palm facing forward next to your shoulder. All right. And so we're going to be doing a breath pattern where we're just going to inhale and hold the breath in as long as possible. And then when you have to breathe, you exhale smoothly, gradually, and then push all the air out and then hold the air out. Okay. So it's just simple. Inhale, hold as long as possible, and then exhale completely and hold all the air out. Okay. So we'll just do that. Try this for 5 minutes. So let's start. Let's start with just some long, deep breathing. Let's take a few deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, and when you have a complete breath, then hold. And hold the breath in as long as possible. And then when you need to exhale, exhale smoothly, completely. And then when all the air is out, hold the breath out as long as possible. And continue. And now relax the hands and inhale. Deep inhale. And then exhale fully. Then inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Last time, inhale. And exhale. And just sit quietly in silence. Just breathing normally. Go inside and see how you feel now after that meditation. Very nice. So you can practice that meditation. It takes a little practice holding the breath in and out. It's usually much easier to hold the breath in and much more difficult to hold the breath out, because when you have no air, your mind and your body starts freaking out a little bit, thinking, "Oh, I'm going to die." But you don't die. That's the thing. Even though you're holding your breath out, you're still here, you're still alive. So the key is really to be relaxed even while you're holding the breath in. Just relax all the muscles, relax your mind. And the same thing when you're holding the breath out, try and stay as relaxed as possible. So that's a nice meditation. I like that. So we'll close with another meditation called the Chakra Balance meditation. So the chakras are these energy centers, and we have at least 7, some people say 8 chakras. And so, they're aligned with our spine. And so these are like uh, a focus of energy. And, there's energy spinning around in the chakras. So the chakras are located, the first one, number 1, is at the very base of the spine. So it's right down at the bottom. That's number 1. And then number 2 is like right in here, very low, kind of near our sex organs. And then the third chakra, at our navel, near our navel. Fourth chakra, number 4, is at the heart. And then the fifth chakra is at the throat. And number 6 is at the third eye, the brow point. And 7 is on top. And then the 8th chakra is really our aura. So it's all this energy around us. It's our electromagnetic field. And so this meditation will help balance the energy in our chakras. If we get, energy stuck in one chakra and it's not flowing to the other chakras, it kind of influences our attitudes, how we behave. And so we want to have the energy, free to flow through our bodies. Okay, so to do this, we're going to make a fist with the left hand, and thumb is inside. So we're just going to curl the fingers around the thumb, and then the elbows will be at the side, and the right hand will come over the left with the thumb on top. So it'll be right, the, the hands will be right at the diaphragm level, right in here. Okay. And so we're going to, eyes will be just open a little bit and looking at the tip of the nose, punto de nariz. Okay, so we're focusing at the tip of the nose. And the mantra is Hari Hara. Hari Hara. So we're going to be chanting this mantra and one time for each chakra. So And we're going to visualize, feel like the sound is going up to each chakra, stopping at each chakra. Okay, so we're going to chant, and it'll be Hari Ha, 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 and then flowing out into the aura on the 8th time. Hari Ha. Okay, so uh, so the 7 chakras, and then the 8th, just kind of flowing out. Okay, so that's it. We'll try this for 11 minutes. And so again, make the fist, and then cover the fist with the right hand with the thumb on top. Elbow is firm into the side, and make sure your back is straight. Tuck in the chin a little bit. Okay, and then the eyes just barely open, focusing at the tip of the nose. And let's inhale to begin the mantra. Hari Har, Hari Har, Hari Har, Hari Har, Hari Har, Hari Hara, 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 Harihara, 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 and inhale, hold, and exhale, and relax the hands down. Just sit in silence, listen, just allow, permit everything that's happening inside to happen. Just bear witness. Very good. And we'll close the class with mantra Satnam, chanted 3 times. So let's inhale to begin. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. We are healthy, we are happy, we are holy. Sat Nam.